Hello, welcome to Saturday Craft, and today we are doing the last part of the donkey. As you can see, I've done a bit more to him. I do have a couple of things to show you first, so we'll just put him aside and then we'll get into doing the last bits of him. I wanted to show you some yarn that I got, show you the beautiful colours. It's very nice. These are from Hobbii. Or hobbii, I think the Americans say it. And it's a new yarn, well, new to us. They've done another couple since then, and it's called Frutta. And I'll put the information about it up there. So it's a Turkish cotton, and it 100% cotton. And let's have a look. 4mm knitting needles, so 5mm crochet hook. Let's always go a size up to get a good drape. Where are we? Where's our meterage? Meterage. It's not telling me. Does it say up there? Yes, 210 meters. I only got 3 of them. There is about 6 of them, 6 to 7 of them on the site. You'll go to the site, you'll find it. So look up Frutta. Frutta. But it's so soft and silky, this yarn. I'll hold it up there. It's plied nicely. I would say, yeah, going by the recommended hook size, it's about an 8 ply or a double knit. Does it give you the weight? It doesn't give you the weight. Oh, yes, we do, right here. Gosh, that's small. So it's a 4 weight. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you these, and they're such beautiful colours. Really are. Does this one tell me what one it is? No. No, it just says colour 8. And this one says colour 5, and this one says, where are we? Colour 2. So that one's a nice one too. Nice zesty rainbow colours. They're very nice. So I got them and I thought I'd show them to you because I thought they're really cool. And I've also decided what my next project will be, but we might work on the donkey first. So as you can see, I've sort of like played around with his ear. If you remember at the end of last week, I was going to do the ears differently because I was running out of yarn. I put the last leg on, but I also realised I should have brushed his tummy before I put the legs on because I can't make this bit of tummy fluff. I probably could. This is the brush. It's called a slicker brush. It's a dog brush. This one has never been used on animals. As you can see, it's nice and clean. And the way you do it, this is why I used the FOMO yarn. Let me find the ball. Throw that away. Where is it? There it is. So this is why I put FOMO yarn in with the acrylic and held it together for all the parts of the donkey, is because of this halo. So that once we're finished, we can fluff him up. As you can see on his tummy, it sort of like blurs the lines. And I'll just show you. It does make a bit of a noise, and you can be quite rough. You can be quite rough with it because we're trying to get the fluff out. And you brush and brush and brush and brush every direction because you've been twisting the yarn over as you go. And it gives him fur. I also sewed his tail on. It really wasn't that exciting showing the tail on. I just sewed the top of it and then the 2 sides so that it's, yeah, there. Let's see if we can get into his belly. I don't really want the inside of his legs done. Actually, what I'll do is I'll push that back like that. I just want to get some of it up. Because that was the whole point of doing all the colour changes that we've been doing. Is to fluff out the white. And he does stand. He does stand. I do want his legs back a bit. That's why I did that one. So, yeah. So that's all you do. You just brush it. Keep changing directions to get more fluff out. If you just go one direction, you won't get as much out. You want to go all the way around the threads. And it makes him all fluffy. I won't do too much on his nose. I will do some on his head. You see his fuzz? He's got fuzz up here now. Little bits of fuzz. Whoop, nearly threw it. But if you do start fuzzing your toys, you've got to fuzz all the toy as much as you can get. I'm not going to do the nostrils because I don't want to lose the shape of the nostrils. I'm going to go awful close to them. I might even try and do his chin. If I hold my hands over that, you should be able to do his chin to fluff that out. This brush doesn't really hurt my hand. It's quite soft. Alright, we're getting a bit of a beard on him. He's definitely a him, I think. So yeah, you just keep working your way around, and you can do this as much as you like, and if you don't like it, just get some scissors. If you get scissors, you really defeated the purpose of using the other yarn, but anyway. So he's a bit furry now. See his beard? His beard coming out. And I also fluffed his ear out. Now, I did run out of the FOMO like I thought I would. If you remember last week, I only had a tiny bit of the dark grey left. So that only went to there. And you might be able to see it. You see how it's fluffy to about there, and then it's not fluffy because the acrylic doesn't fluff. But we held the FOMO with the white in the side, so he does have furry ears. Got to have the furry ears. So that's how you use the slicker brush, and you just do it as much as you like. Fluff him up because every little baby donkey I've seen is quite furry. Make sure you do all different directions, and you don't have to sit there for hours. I'm going to stop now because it makes a noise and it's annoying. But anyway, that's how we do it. So it's blended. It blends over the stitches too, makes them fit in a bit better. I left all my ends on the tail. Actually, I could show you that while we still have the brush. If you use this on the ends, which is what I was planning to do when we add the black, it fluffs out the hair. You see? So he's got a hairy tail. Anywho, all right, get back to the ears. So I will get my other pieces because I only sewed one up. Here are my other pieces. And then I also made a mistake, and I don't mind telling you I made a mistake, is that I followed the same pattern for both, but as you can see, the white is way bigger than the grey because the white has the FOMO and the acrylic held together throughout, whereas the grey, the FOMO stops about here. You can see it's not dark past about that line. So I should have maybe stopped the white at the same time, but I didn't, so we have to live with it. So we're still going to use it. We just got to put the tops together and then the bottom. And what I might do is take that needle out and leave that string attached. So I was just going to sew this up and show you how I put it together when the pieces aren't the same size. And this is just over sewing, it's not a fancy stitch. So match the edges up, tuck the other end of the white in so it's out the way, and we are just over sewing. But what we're going to do is that we'll get a decent chunk of the white, but only a little bit of the grey, because the white, there's more of it. And I'm just going to pull out if I don't pull more. So a decent amount of the white, so at least 2 strands, but only 1 strand of the grey, so it stretches more. And we are just over sewing. And I'm trying to get from the back of the stitch on the side so that it's pulling it more around. So hold the edges in line and over sew. Hold the edges in line, get from the very back of the grey and over sew, working your way up. And a bit more. You want a fair few stitches because we're trying to make a little thing fit over a big thing. The more stitches we have, the stronger it'll be. And that one. And that one. Make sure that the tops stay in line. Yep. 2 from that and 1 from the back. 2 from that and 1 from the back. 2 from that. Now we're near the magic ring that started the ear, so we just got to get this point right. That one, and from the back. So that's one whole side of the ear, and you can see the white is curling in. So we tuck down both of the ends and then bring them up level again. Now what I did with the other ear is I turned the ears out. Because the white is so much bigger, the lines match up better when the white is out rather than the grey. And we just keep going around. I do like to put a surface knot where the magic ring was, and I might do another one as well. Just for peace of mind about the magic ring. Alright, so now we just go down the other side. Same deal. Pick up 2 of the front and only 1 of the back. 2 of the front, only 1 of the back. So I'm putting at least 1 stitch in each row, sometimes 2. Just see how it works. And that one. And at the back. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. We've got under 2 strands at the front, if I can pick it up. So there's 2 strands at the front, and then over the top and picking up 1 at the back. And I'm doing this with the same grey that the ear is made from. That one I couldn't do it. We'll try the next one. 2 there and 1 at the back. 2 there and 1 at the back. And we're down to the bottom. And we'll go back through there. Let's see, sorry. Alright, so I'm down at the bottom, and of course my ear wants to go like that all the time, but we want it to go this way. So what we do to fix that problem is, first of all, we get all these ends and tie them together. One and 2. It's not a fantastic knot, it's just to tie them together. And then we'll trim them a little bit. Put that up there. And then I'm going to tuck these ends inside, because the ear's not going to be under strain, so it shouldn't have the ends poking through. And then we'll just whip stitch the bottom edge together, because it ended up with 4 stitches at the bottom for both. 3 and 4. And then I'm going to come back to the middle, and we are going to back stitch the front and back together down the middle of the ear. So we're going in behind our thread, out in front of our thread. You can see that, in and out, doing a back stitch up the middle of the ear. In and out. We don't have to go all the way to the top. We just have to make sure that we're getting the back as well. So make sure you're coming out the back and then go in front. And then 1 more. Go through there, makes a bit of a knot. Flip it out again. And that will help it to stay in. Just going to do another one because I want the thread at the back. And I'm going to pinch that to tie this knot. Pinch the two ends together. I do apologize for keep going up. I have to change the camera angle, I think. To keep in frame, it puts my elbows in the wrong spot. There we go. So I'm actually going to, looking at how much yarn I have left, I'm actually going to slide it down to the bottom on a little bit of an angle and come out, because I should be able to sew them onto the head with that much yarn. But that has made it curve in, even though the white is bigger than the dark. So while we've got it, we'll give it a bit of a fluff. Make sure you go the other way as well. And then I'm going to do it back this way because I want his fur to go up. And then we'll just do the top part of this so we get some of the darker FOMO coming out the top of the ear. So we just go like that and make it a little bit of a spike. And that's his ear. So next thing you want to do is figure out where you want your ears to sit. Now, they're not quite like horses. They're fairly close to horses. You want them pretty much straight up. I don't think I want them on the crest of the head. I think we want them about there. We look at it on the side. I think it needs to be back a little bit. So probably about there and about there. That's where I think it should be. So I'm just going to lay that down. And I'm going to over sew the back edge. Yes, I am in the right place. Oh, just pulled the needle off. Thread the needle up. Yep, got it again. Now make sure it's going to stand up right. Yes. Oh, that wants to keep falling off. Right, so that's just over sewed the back. And I'm going to do a second knot because I'm running out of yarn. So second knot, and we'll hide the end inside. All right, so looking at him now, that ear is a little bit too across. We want it nearly upright. But I haven't sewed the front yet, so that's all right. What I might do is I might put the other one on, and then we can make them match each other. So thread up this ear. And so we want this one a little bit more upright. That one's there. He's not a rabbit, he's a donkey. I wonder if they should tilt out a little bit. I think I'll go there. Now we've got to check the side. So he matches the other one. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to lay that down, and it just slipped. Hopefully that's right. And just do the over sewing. This is the other ear's sew up thread. I left it long so I could sew the ear up and on. All right, just go down. Let's have a look at the box in a second to see how they've positioned their ears. Not that I like their ears, but they might have some better way to position them. And we'll put a knot in here. You always want to sprinkle your knots around like icing decorations so that there's lots of points for it to stay attached. Right, what does it say on our wrapper? Well, that's how the ears are done on the wrapper. See, from memory, I think what I need to do is I need to curl the inside of the ear a little bit out, but still have them fairly up high. If you look at him on the side, I think that looks pretty good on the side. At the front, yeah, I don't think they're straight up. To me, that's a rabbit. I think we need to curl this front a little bit. Still have them up, but curl the radar part of the ear out a little. Not much, just a little. All the horse people can tell me I'm wrong. I'm just me trying to remember what was on my inspiration. Actually, let me see. All right, so we have a picture of a donkey. It's not front on, but they're high and leaning forward a little bit, aren't they? All right, let's go back, find another donkey picture. All right, here we go. Yeah, see how it's tilted? The radar part, or the dish, or whatever you want to call it, is tilted a little bit out. So they're also leaning forward. So out and forward. Always good to have reference pictures. So we need to do out and tilt forward. Right. So my string's down here. So what we can do is we can come along this edge and do the tilt forward, which is pinching. When I'm taking from the white, I'm taking from further back. When I'm taking from the grey, I'm taking right in close. And one more gets me to the middle of the ear. And then what I want to do, remember I said I wanted to tilt it a little bit. So that's going forward, and then we want this bit to come here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pinch from there. Pinch. I keep saying pinch. I'm stitching, not pinching. And then pull that down. See how that's turning that just a little, which is what we want. So do that. Oh, your nose is too big. And ratchet it down because you want it to do what you want it to do. That looks better. You see how this is showing a bit more of the grey just here? That's what I wanted. This one you can't see any of the grey, so we have to turn it a little and down. Right, so we'll do a second stitch in that just to secure it, because it is like a bit of a fine detail. Oh, what happened there? Okay. Oh, it is right there. Okay, all right. This yarn doesn't like being pulled tight. That is going to break. Look, rewatch. Oh, look, it broke. Good thing I'd already tied a knot. Oh my God. Haven't had that happen for a while. All right. There is another knot in there. I managed to do it. Now, one thing. What's wrong with this thing? Come on. One thing I had to say to you. If you're sewing things on, gotta pull this end through. If you're sewing things on after you have brushed your amigurumi, this end's not cooperating, you will notice that some of your fluff has been caught under where you're sewn. So you just get the needle you used and flick it back out again. It's no big deal. But do remember to do it, because it's the difference between a well-finished toy and one that looks, like you still got stuff to do with it. Catch all the little fluffs that got caught under the ear. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to brush this way in the hopes that some of the fur will go over the join of the ear and tilting forward. Yep, which it has. Do you see how it's like blending the stitching there? Now he's in danger of having too much hair, so we'll just do that. Yep, that's fine, like that. I don't mind him having little fluffy bits out, actually. I'll give him a twist and give him points. Call him Casper, he's a ghost. Okay, so we need to do the same with the other ear, even though it's attached, even though this yarn is threatening to break on me. How about we tie a knot in the breaky end? We don't need very much just to tie this down. Just want his ears facing the right direction. Okay. So, if you look here, this ear is all the way back there, whereas this one is attached right here. So we need to come to about here. And we will tie a knot because our little knot is going to come through if we don't. So we need to get the front of the ear to there. And that way it will tilt forward and it will tilt out. Like so. How does that look? That looks pretty good. So we'll do another knot. It's all about the little fine details. It makes the difference between a horse and a donkey and a donkey and a rabbit and a rabbit and a dog is the fine details. Now, we just secure this little bit so it tilts forward like we want it to, and this thread is trying to break again, so we will put a knot in as soon as we can. And then we will hide the end. All right, so I suppose it's good. We are just about finished and it's only just starting to break. So now we're going to fluff. I may put some more stitches in this ear. It looks a bit floppy to me, but it's enough at the moment. And he's tilting around. And there. So that's his ears put on. And put them that way. They're in line that way. See how they're following the same line? At the back, let's put him straight. Yeah, fairly close. Not exactly, but who is exactly? These little wisps. I call him Casper the donkey. All right, so that's all the body parts on. You know, I probably will do a lot more brushing on him because I want him quite fluffy. I like a fluffy donkey. Anyway, I'm not doing that now. So that's all his body parts on, and that's all our, what do you call it, all our little details that we've done. So all that's left now to do is the black. And you're saying, black? What black? I'm just picking out the fluff from the stitches when I did the leg. Like I said, you can do this as much or as little as you want, but that is the whole point of putting the FOMO in with the grey, is so that we can make a shaggy donkey. Put my needle over there before I lose it. Anywho, we have to do the black. And all it says on the instructions for the black, I think I can show you that, cover all that up. This is all we get for the instructions for the black. And I can show you how to do that. Doesn't tell me how long to do the strands. So what I might do is I will use my phone as a measure and wind it around my phone a few times. You need something. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just do 10. We know what size we're doing it because it's a phone size. And without scratching the screen of the phone. Right, cut them off. So what that's given us is some lengths of black that are all the same size. Hopefully you're going to be able to see this. And all we do is we give him a mohawk. Now I'm going to do it one strand at a time, and I will not show all of them on here because that's going to take forever. But what you do is you get your crochet hook, you go under one stitch, you pick up the loop, and pull it through. Now make sure your ends are the same length, and then you pull that through that. And there we have the beginnings of a mohawk. I will show you that again. Pick up another string, hold the two ends together, pick up another under another stitch, put that like that, pull that through, and then pull your ends through. And so you just do that all the way up between his ears. And I would also do, so I'm going to do up around here to give him a bit of a fringe, and I'm probably going to go a fair way down here because they really only have it as a mane, but he hasn't got much of a neck. And then we also need to do some on his tail. Maybe I'll do some on his tail because his head's going to take me a while, and I won't show that all on here. So it's the same principle on his tail. Pick up a loop, pull it through, and then pull through those two. A little bit harder to do on the tail because you've got less to hold on to. So let's give him, how about 3 lots? That'll give him 6 strands of black. He's already got some strands of grey, so his tail doesn't have to be full and lush like a show horse. He's a donkey. Donkeys have a little bit at the end. And one for underneath. I may add to this later. I just want to put some on to show you what to do. So, can't really hold it up. I'm sorry. I want to get this one underneath. So, let's try for here. Come on, get through. We only want to go under one strand. Come on, you can do it. Yeah. Right. Pull that through. And then pull that through. Alright, so that gives us 3 there. And then we get a handy dandy brush and give them a good brush. Now these are way longer than the rest, so I am going to trim them to around the same length and then brush them again. And what will happen is they'll start tapering themselves. I'm just separating the strands out. I'm pretty sure donkeys' tails don't have a blunt cut at the end. I'm pretty sure they aren't. You tell me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure donkeys have like a teardrop shape. You know, it's like they don't go to the beautician and get a tapered end. So I'm just going to curl the ends. Well, you know, cut my curls. Cut the curl the cut on the ends so it, yeah, okay. So that's all I'm going to do for the tail. I think that'd be enough for a little donkey, and it's not on the ground when he stands up. And yeah, so that's all his. This will have a lot more. I don't think it'll look like that one. I think I'll have a little bit more floppy or a little bit more scruffy. And that's the donkey. What I'll do is I will do a short of him turning around when he's all finished, and I'll put that in the shorts, and I'll tag him as donkey. So if you want to see the finish, that will be good. It'll also be on my Facebook page, so you can look there as well. I hope this helped you find ways to make kits just a little bit more detailed and interesting for you. And that's it for the donkey. And I will show you what I am thinking of doing for the next project. Is this pattern. Well, it's not a pattern. This inspiration. Yes, I know this is AI. Yes, AI is terrible, but it can be good inspiration. This AI has been created by Natalia Poshinska from I got this from Instagram, but it's also been sent to me a few times, and I've been looking at it, and I thought, I think we could do this. I'm looking for a container I can use to make the base, because that will set and that will decide how big everything else will be. So that I've been looking for the last 2 weeks, and I haven't found the right container yet. When I do, hopefully this week, we'll start it on a Saturday. I'll collect all my stuff up, and I will yeah, I might put it on my Facebook group what I'm actually going to use, just in case you want to follow along. But I'll also say it on next Saturday. So if you're interested in doing that, please like, share, and subscribe, and so you'll know when each one comes up. Like I've done with the donkey, I'll make a playlist of all the parts and call it the donkey, like donkey, but also do the AI dog caddy. The only thing on that I might change is that I might give the dog a collar and then a lead, and then attach it to the tail so that you can pick it up, because it's going to be a little bit awkward to move it around. But if I have a collar and a lead, it'll make sort of a handle. Yeah, it's attached to his tail, unless we pretend it's a harness. I'll have to think about that. Maybe it could be a harness. But that's my plan for the next lot of Saturday crafts. Now that Miss Donkey is finished, Casper the donkey with his wispy ears. They're so cool. I hope you liked making him. I did. I do like my donkey. I decided not to do the kneecaps. I think I'm pretty happy with him how he is. I think if he was a bigger donkey, I would have done the kneecaps and the reverse knee. But I think I don't have enough space for it, like I didn't have enough space for his neck. So that's it for today, and I hope that was useful, and I will see you on the next one.